Today is Sunday, April 24th. It's already like past noon, so I'm starting this vlog a little bit late, but I just finished filming my YouTube video for tomorrow, which you guys will already have seen because this vlog goes up on Thursday. So if you missed that, then I did reveal the title for my dark fantasy book 1, as well as what the rest of the series is called. I also told you about the projected release date and also gave you a quick synopsis of what the book is actually about. So if you haven't watched this past Monday's video, I will leave it linked down below. Make sure you go watch that to get all that information, and also make sure you sign up for my newsletter. It's a monthly newsletter. You can do it on my website at KristenMartinBooks.com, because I will be sending a sneak peek of chapter 1 in my main newsletter. So make sure you go sign up for that and you won't miss anything. Anywho, it is a beautiful, beautiful day here in Texas. We have been sitting at around 85 degrees with 85% humidity. So it's been really, really warm here, but today the weather has dropped significantly and we're sitting at 60-degree weather with 66% humidity. So it is a beautiful day. Jonathan and I want to take advantage. We just want to be outside and enjoy this weather because this is probably the last time it's going to be cold until December, probably. So we're gonna enjoy it. There's this big event going on at Hughes Landing in the Woodlands. It's their 2-year kind of like birthday bash. They've been open for 2 years. So they have a rock climbing wall and they have all these fun games, and the stores are participating and giving out free stuff and goodies. And there's a bunch of restaurants. So we thought we might have a late lunch, early dinner over there and just be outside and enjoy the weather. So that is the plan right now. I am in this t-shirt and I need to change. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we will be on our way. So this is what we are heading to. Birthday bash from 1 to 5 p.m. Oops. I am just waiting on Jonathan to finish brushing his teeth, and then we'll be out the door. I wish we could take you with us. You're sleeping on the pillow. You're so sweet. You're sleeping on the pillow. You're so good. And what's happening over here? Hello. You want a belly rub? You are such a ham. Denali. So guys will notice something a little bit different, and that is that I have a different vehicle. I normally drive a white Ford Fusion. It is in the shop. There's a lot of things wrong with it. So I have this car right now, just a black Nissan Altima. I really like it. I really like the way it drives. Again, it's a company vehicle, so we shall see what happens. But if you're wondering why I'm driving a different car, that's why. Why someone has decided to mow their yard on a Sunday afternoon is completely beyond me. So sorry if you can hear all of the noise in the background. I hope it's not too loud. That's the one thing I don't like about having my office at the front of the house, is I feel like when all the people come to mow the yard or my neighbors mow their yards, it can be really loud. So I wonder if I can look into like soundproof glass or something like that. So please just try to ignore that. Obviously, we are back from Hughes Landing, and good timing too, because the weather is not looking so great. It was really beautiful, and now it looks like it's going to rain. Obviously, I have changed out of my dress, taken off my necklace, got immediately comfortable because that's just what I do. And I am back in my office now. And in the last clip, you guys saw me writing and journaling, and that's something I've been taking a lot more seriously lately. And the reason why is because I have felt so cluttered and jumbled in my own head, which is not a space I like to be in. And it doesn't happen very often, but I do have these time periods where I feel like I'm getting a lot done, but I feel like I can never actually catch up. And that's very hard for someone like me who's very type A, likes to be organized. I have all my to-do lists, I write my celebration lists, I have all my tasks and everything that I need to do. It's very hard for me when I feel cluttered and jumbled. And so I've been writing a lot, journaling in my happiness journal and also just in another journal, just to kind of get all of these thoughts and all of these things that I have going on in my head out of my head and onto paper. And I've been doing this for the past couple of days, and it's really, really helped me. I think every time I go on vacation, I get into vacation mode, and so I don't do anything for a few days, and then a few days after that vacation, I continue to not really do anything, or it takes me some time to get back into work mode or into productivity mode. And I know that everyone needs a break, but I know there's this quote that says something like an idle mind is your worst enemy. And in my opinion, that cannot be more true, especially for me. If my mind is idle, then I'm bored. And when I'm bored, I tend to do things like Netflix and chill for a full week. I eat terrible food. I don't exercise. I don't do anything that stimulates my mind. And I don't do anything that really is helping me in the long run to achieve these many goals that I've set for myself. So if you're also feeling in a place where your mind is extremely cluttered or jumbled and you're not sure why, because you feel like you're getting things done and you're checking things off, but there's just something that seems to be bothering you or something that just won't leave your headspace, I would recommend journaling or just writing it down. And you literally can just write whatever comes to mind, whatever it is. Even if I had coffee this morning and I didn't like it, or I mean, who would write that? Coffee's so good. Or if you get to a point where you're like, I don't know what to write, I'm not sure I have anything to say, even just writing those words will just help stimulate your brain to continue to write. And eventually you'll start spilling out some feelings. You'll start writing some things that may surprise you a little bit, maybe some things deeper down that you've been ignoring or that haven't really had a chance to be brought to the surface. I feel like writing is a very therapeutic way to do that. Some people don't like to write, they prefer to talk to somebody else. Since this is a writing channel, I'm assuming that many people like to write, but not many people like to write about their feelings. And some people get nervous that maybe someone will find that journal or find something that you've written that maybe you don't want them to find. And I remember I used to be like that when I was younger, but I got over that really fast. I feel like a journal is a private place. Journaling your thoughts is supposed to be therapeutic. And I would just hope that for everyone, if you ever find someone else's journal, that you would just leave it be and not read it, because those are private thoughts. That's a private place. That's a safe place for someone to go and to let out their feelings and just everything that they're going through. So I have a lot of journals around the house, and you know, I'm not afraid to write in them. I write in them often, actually. That was kind of rambly, sorry. But I've been writing in my journals. I'm finding that my mind is becoming less cluttered. I'm getting more clarity on certain aspects, and that's really what I needed. So I highly recommend journaling, especially if you're kind of in a weird headspace, or even if you're not. Sometimes it's great to make sure you're kind of cataloging all of the wonderful things and all of the exciting things that are going on, just as much as the things that maybe aren't right or feel off or just kind of meh. Switching up the angles here. So on that note, I have been feeling kind of like my mind has been idle ever since I've gotten back from San Francisco. And I've had a lot of other stuff going on where maybe some of my days have taken an unexpected turn in a negative way. And I think I've been focusing too much on the negative and a lot of what ifs. So I've been trying really hard this week to be more mindful, and that's what that quote was at the beginning of this video. And I think I'm going to start putting quotes in my videos at the very beginning just to kind of set the theme or the tone for that video so you sort of know what it's going to be about. I had a great time at Hughes Landing. That was nice to relax, but now that I'm back in my office and I was journaling this afternoon. I feel better, I feel less cluttered, and I feel inspired to get back to everything that I'm doing. I want to update my outline for my dark fantasy book, which is Shadow Crown. I have a couple of covers that I need to go over with my cover designer for Shadow Crown, and I really want to get that finalized. I've been working with a cartographer, someone who is drawing the map or making a version of the map for my book. So I have a lot of exciting things that have just kind of been sitting in my inbox, and I want to get to work, and I want to start working on these things and just get back into my routine, back into being inspired and motivated. And the best way to do that is to just open up the laptop and begin. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I did want to show you guys some fun stuff that I've recently gotten in the mail. They are promo items for BookCon, and I don't want to spoil everything, but I'm like, whatever. For those of you who aren't going, I just want to show you some of the stuff that I got. So I've had these bookmarks for a while, and I still have a lot of them. Anytime someone orders a signed copy of one of my books, they get a free promotional bookmark. So just an extra incentive to order a signed copy of my books. But I have the bookmarks that I'll be bringing to BookCon, and you can see this ridiculous pile of stuff. Just ignore, I have some of like the Christmas stuff when I was doing Vlogmas. But one of the other things, and you can see I have a lot of them, are these promotional postcards, because they are less expensive to print than bookmarks. But I was able to put my entire series on there and my website, and then on the back I have just my Kirkus reviews, a little bio about me, my photo, and then all of my social media accounts. So I'm excited to hand those out at BookCon as well, especially for those people that may stop by my booth who have never watched my videos or have no idea who I am. It'll be nice for them to be able to take one of those. I also did get some pins. Sorry, my camera was having a super hard time focusing on this, probably because it's so small. But I did get some pins that do say Kristen Martin Books. They have my little KM symbol. So I will be handing those out at BookCon as well. And obviously I'm going to have all of my books there too. And I did go ahead and buy some labels, and these are more of like book plates. So that way, in case I do run out of books and there are people that wanted to buy my books and I don't have any more inventory, at least I can sign one of these book plates for them, and that way they can take that and stick it in the front page of their book at home, you know, once they get home. So I did order some of those. You guys saw my stand, which is back here. And I have a couple of more items that I want to get specifically as kind of little teasers or little promo items for my dark fantasy series. But those items and the designs for those items are still in the works. So more to come on that soon. Again, I would love for you guys to comment down below if you are going to BookCon. I'm just so excited to meet everyone, and I think it's going to be such a fun event. I've been to a couple of conferences and author type events, but nothing as big as BookCon. So I'm super excited for it. I cannot believe that it's basically a month away. And I also can't believe that my birthday is exactly a week from today. So it's on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And it's crazy to think that my birthday's next week, and then I'm going on a cruise, so I'll be going on another vacation, and then I'll be home for a couple of weeks, and then I will be getting on an airplane to head to New York for BookCon. And it's just crazy. I'm really excited for these next couple of months. I think it's going to be an awesome time, and I'm just really looking forward to it. Okay, so it got a little bit later than I was expecting when I was working on stuff in my office. But you know, time just gets away from me. It's fine. I need to go take my hair down and take my makeup off and all that. But before I do that and get ready to go to bed, I am going to read a little bit. I've started reading Confess by Colleen Hoover. And I think you guys do know this, but Colleen Hoover has quickly become one of my favorite authors, especially after reading It Ends With Us. Oh, that book just gave me all the feels. Oh my goodness. And so every book I've picked up since It Ends With Us, I've really come to enjoy. And you guys know I'm not a huge contemporary novel person. I've never really liked them very much, but her writing is just absolutely incredible, and I really like the storylines and kind of the lesson that you learn throughout the book. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm pretty much halfway through it, and it's really good. I plan to read, I can't remember what the next book I want to read by her is, but what I tend to do is I'll read a sci-fi or fantasy book, and then I'll go to a contemporary book, and then I'll go to another sci-fi or fantasy book, and then a contemporary book. So I kind of switch back and forth between the genres just to give my mind a little bit of a break. And as you guys know from my vlog last week, I finished reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by the lovely Sarah J. Maas. And I'm so excited to start A Court of Mist and Fury because I loved A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I'm so ready to start the next book. But I wanted to read this first. Like I said, throw a little contemporary, sprinkle that into my reading mix, and I'm really liking that so far. I also have a couple of inspirational, motivational, kind of like hashtag girl boss type books on their way in the mail. So maybe in my next vlog or whenever they get here, I'll do a little mini book haul so you guys can see what books I got. But sorry, this vlog was a little random and kind of all over the place. I hope you guys still enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed my talk on mindfulness and journaling. Like I said, it's something I've really been taking seriously over the past couple of days, and I've seen a tremendous improvement in just my headspace and kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and read for a little bit and then take off all this nonsense and go to bed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.